Hello guys and welcome to Naija on the Move channel. If you're joining us for the first time, please do kindly subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up and drop a comment on the comment section. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you why Obafemi Awolowo caused MKO Abiola and it came to pass. A lot of Nigerians actually think it is a rumor. Well, sorry to burst their bubble. It is not a rumor but a stark reality. Chief Obafemi Awolowo angrily laid a curse on Chief MKO Abiola and it actually came to pass. What is the curse that Obafemi Awolowo laid on MKO Abiola? The curse is, even if you, Abiola, is given the presidential seat, you will not sit on it. This curse seems very simple in context, yet very deep in meaning. But why did Chief Awolowo lay a curse on his fellow Yoruba man? What was MKO Abiola's crime? The answer to both questions lies in the histories of both men. Chief Obafemi Jeremiah Oyeniyi Awolowo was born on 6th of March 1909 in Ikenne in present-day Ogun State. He was the only son of his parents, but he had two sisters and one maternal half-sister. He lost his father, David Shopolu Awolowo, to smallpox, a deadly disease back then when he was about 11 years old. His paternal grandmother, Adefule Awolowo, was a priestess of Ifa. She believed very strongly that little Awolowo was a reincarnation of her father, his own great-grandfather. Awo graduated first as a Bachelor of Commerce and then in 1944 journeyed to the UK to study law at the University of London. Upon returning to Nigeria, he founded the Nigerian Tribune in 1949, a newspaper company through which he spread nationalist ideology to Nigerians. He was the first premier of the Western region when Nigeria practiced parliamentary system of government, and later Minister for Finance and the Vice Chairman of the Federal Executive Council during the Civil War under then military leader General Yakubu Gowon. Chief Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola was born on 24th August 1937 in Abiola, Ogun State. He attended African Central School for his primary education and Baptist High School, both in Abiola. He became a businessman at age 9, gathering firewood from the forest and selling them to fellow villagers to support his family. He was also a musician, performing at various ceremonies, at first to get free food, and later on to get money to support his secondary education. MKO Abiola and Nigerian military leader and ex-president Chief Olusegun Obasanjo were schoolmates. Both boys were editors of their school magazine, The Trumpeter. Abiola was the chief editor, while Obasanjo was his deputy. In 1960, MKO Abiola obtained a government scholarship to study accountancy at the University of Glasgow in Scotland, UK. Upon graduation, he was awarded a degree in the discipline and later became a chartered accountant and a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN. Abiola worked briefly as a senior accountant at the University of Lagos Teaching Hospital. He then moved to Pfizer and later on to ITT Corporation. Abiola hit a gold mine and became super rich when he landed the contract to supply hardware to the Nigerian military. With his wealth, he established fleets of companies like Concord Press, Concord Airlines, Abiola Farms, Abiola Bookshop, African Ocean Lines, Summit Oil International Limited, Habib Bank, and even Abiola Football Club. Chief Awolowo and Chief MKO Abiola's clash began as a result of their political affiliation and quest for power. Chief Obafemi Awolowo had the ambition of becoming Nigeria's president. Having done well as premier of the Western region and Minister of Finance, Chief Awolowo began the journey that would land him in the highest office in Nigeria. He ran for president in the Nigeria's presidential election of 1979 under the auspices of Unity Party of Nigeria. His opponents were Shehu Shagari of National Party of Nigeria, Nnamdi Azikiwe of Nigeria People's Party, Aminu Kanu of People's Redemption Party, and Waziri Ibrahim of Great Nigeria People's Party. After final collation of results, Alhaji Shehu Shagari of NPN was declared winner. Obafemi Awolowo sought redress in court, claiming Shehu Shagari did not meet the requirement of winning 2/3 of Nigeria's 19 states, and prayed the court to declare a runoff election between himself and Alhaji Shehu Shagari. Well, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Shehu Shagari. Chief Obafemi Awolowo ran again for president in Nigeria's presidential election held on August 6, 1983. He ran against the same opponents of 1979, except this time with the inclusion of Tunji Braithwaite of Nigeria's Advanced Party. In the end, after collation of results, Alhaji Shehu Shagari of NPN, the incumbent president, was declared winner to rule Nigeria for another 4 years. Well, it never materialized because the military soon took over power and suspended the constitution. In Chief Awolowo's thinking, he did not lose the presidential elections of 1979 and 1983 because of poor showing at the polls. He believed he lost because people worked against him. Chief of them all was MKO Abiola, his own tribesman. In bitter anger, he cursed Chief MKO Abiola. Now the question is, did MKO Abiola really work against Obafemi Awolowo's presidential bid? The bitter truth is yes, he did. He was the one who convinced General Olusegun Obasanjo, then military head of state, to withdraw his support for Awolowo and instead hand over power to Alhaji Shehu Shagari in 1979. This was after he had used his Concord newspapers and enormous wealth to fight Awolowo and UPN during the elections. Remember that MKO Abiola and Olusegun Obasanjo were old schoolmates and longtime friends from Baptist High School in Abeokuta. So the northern leaders, led by General Shehu Musa Yaradua and Theophilus Danjuma, used him to destroy the presidential ambition of a fellow Yoruba man with the promise that they would make him president of Nigeria someday, hence his betrayal of Awolowo. One major reason why Abiola betrayed Awolowo was that Awolowo himself was also in the business of betraying people. In 1963, Chief Obafemi Awolowo was imprisoned. He was accused of planning to overthrow the government of Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. He was released from prison in 1966 by Odumegwu Ojukwu. They had a lengthy discussion and reached an agreement that he, Ojukwu, would declare Biafra in the east, while Obafemi Awolowo would declare Oduduwa's Republic in the west of the country. Seceding from a country was an outright declaration of war. Chief Odumegwu Ojukwu knew the federal government would quash the Biafran dream, which was why he asked Chief Obafemi Awolowo to declare Oduduwa Republic in the west, believing that those in the middle belt and southern part of the country would do same, which would lead to defeat of the federal government in a multi-frontal war. The British government got wind of their plan and told the Nigerian government about it. It advised the federal government to lure Awolowo by making him the vice chairman of the Federal Executive Council. The federal government agreed. It pardoned Chief Awolowo of treason and officially made him the vice chairman of the Federal Executive Council with the promise that he would become Nigeria's president after Gowon left office. Awolowo immediately made a U-turn and did not declare Oduduwa Republic when Odumegwu Ojukwu declared Biafra Republic in July 1967. Instead, he was the one who the Nigerian government designated to negotiate with Ojukwu to give up his Biafran dream. Ojukwu, being a soldier, refused, and the Nigerian Civil War began. Biafran nation would have become a reality, but for one string which Obafemi Awolowo pulled. He advised the federal government to blockade the whole of the eastern region of Nigeria and deny them food. This led to famine in the east, and millions of people died from starvation. You may have heard that at one time, Igbos were cannibals eating human flesh. That was during the Civil War. Chief Awolowo, at the time, praised his idea, saying all is fair in war, including the use of hunger as a military tool. He said, "I don't see why we should feed our enemies fat, only to fight us harder." Having been used and dumped by the Gowon regime and having lost both 1979 and 1983 presidential elections, Chief Obafemi Awolowo knew his time was up in politics, so he resigned honorably. Chief MKO Abiola soon got a taste of his own medicine because he too was used and dumped, just like Awolowo. In 1980, MKO Abiola joined the ruling National Party of Nigeria. In 1983, when the NPN defeated Awolowo's UPN and President Shehu Shagari was re-elected, he saw it as an opportunity to run for president after Shehu Shagari's tenure. But his hope was dashed with the military coup, which brought Muhammadu Buhari to power. In 1993, MKO Abiola ran for the Nigeria presidential election held on June 12 under SDP. His personal friend, President Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, was the head of state. His election manifesto of better life for all Nigerians, which resonated well with everyone in the country, from north to south, and his strong relationship with the ruling elite in Aso Rock gave him high hopes of actualizing his dream. The election lived up to expectation with high voter turnouts and zero violence. As a matter of fact, the election was deemed the freest and fairest in the history of Nigeria by national and international observers. The result began coming in, with MKO Abiola getting the lion's share of the votes, even beating Bashiru Tofa in his home state of Kano. All seemed set for his emergence as president-elect when all of a sudden, Chief Obafemi Awolowo's course kicked in. President Ibrahim Babangida annulled the election with the excuse that they were not conducted fairly. This singular act threw the country into political chaos, which resulted in Sani Abacha seizing power later that year and MKO Abiola getting arrested for declaring himself Nigeria's president. Chief Obafemi Awolowo came from a bloodline of Ifa worshippers. As said in the beginning of the video, his grandmother Adefule Awolowo was an Ifa priestess, and she believed till death that Obafemi was a reincarnation of her father. So when Awolowo caused MKO, it was registered in the spirit realm. Ifa would not hear the cry of one of her own and not act. So the election annulment was the handiwork of Ifa Oracle. Remember, Awolowo's course says, even if MKO Abiola was given the presidential seat, he would not sit on it. Courtesy of the massive election victory he got on the polls, Nigerians overwhelmingly gave MKO Abiola the presidential seat. But did he sit on it? The answer is no, just like Awolowo decreed. It is relevant to state here that MKO Abiola knew of the course, and he made efforts to have Awolowo renounce it. One sunny afternoon in the mid-80s, MKO Abiola and his entourage visited Awolowo at home. He was stunned when informed of MKO's presence at his gate, requesting to see him. Well, he let him in. MKO Abiola prostrated on sight of him because Chief Awolowo was 28 years older than he was. Upon getting to his feet, he asked Awolowo for food. He said, "Baba, I am very hungry. Please, I need food." Dumbfounded Awolowo made the arrangement, and MKO Abiola ate a very big bowl of food. After eating, he stated his mission. He said, "Baba, I have come to beg you to forgive me for all the wrongs I did to you." After a very lengthy discussion, Chief Awolowo forgave, embraced, and even wished him well. Abiola departed Awolowo's residence in the hope that the curse had been lifted. Whether Awolowo did not forgive him from the bottom of his heart, or whether it was not even in Awolowo's place to do so, no one can tell till this day, because the curse stayed with MKO till it was accomplished, long after the death of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. If you enjoyed this video, please do well to subscribe to our channel, Naija on the Move. Give us a thumbs up by liking our videos, and kindly drop a comment on the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you next time.